So we got event list. We have on key trace, on key down, on key up, on focus, on color. In that, few are very meaningful, few are not useful also. Right. Go to the keyboard event. HTML head we can follow. Script we can write. Follow the body. Open close. H1 keyboard events example. JavaScript keyboard event. JavaScript keyboard events example. Write a paragraph on key trace. Input type equal to text. Value equal to apple. On key trace. On key trace equal to call a function, and inside that function okay, on key trace equal to call the function once, and in that function one you will pass this dot value. This dot value. So when you press any key, whenever you press any key, it will take the value of current text box, that's apple, and it will go to the function one. Function one will receive that value. Okay. My data I wrote here.
So again, allowing to see this. It is the one.
It is on this. Where you want to sit, let him to sit.
If you want, we can see this.
Hmm?
If you want to see. Um,
Okay, rotate. Teja, if you get a call from input campus, you should receive the call, no? Disconnect the call, right? That's bad. Should answer it. Phone is for what purpose? Receive the call to call someone, correct? Ignore it to receive the call. Why to keep the phone? No need to keep the phone. Correct, no? One person is there in the class. If the message will like he don't receive the calls. You should receive the call, right? Who? Teja Chaudhary. Okay. One day one person called and he said like, I have received a call in my number. Okay. They might have inquired here in info campus, they called. 8 o'clock night that person called me and he was saying like, I received a call from your number. He said maybe you have inquired here and they have called you. Then he was saying, why you called me? He said, I don't know why someone called you, but you have inquired in our website, they have called you. Then again question was why you called me? Okay. Then I told her, brother, I have no answer. Tomorrow call on the same number. Someone will be there, they will answer you why they called you. 3, 4 times he asked the same question. Why you called me? Why they called me? Then I told, you never receive a call in your phone? I also change it in way of yeah. Okay. Now you tell me why you have kept the phone? To receive the call only, no? Yes. Person said yes. Then I said, person has called you. You should receive the call. Okay. Then the person said, I will start abusing in Sanskrit. The person. I will start abusing in Sanskrit. Sorry, brother. You forgive me, call you that number tomorrow. Talk in Sanskrit, Kannada, English, Chinese, Malayali. It's your wish. Okay. If a phone someone has called you, assume like they called you, okay, fine. If you are not okay, then leave it, ignore it. Call someone will, how they will call you directly, anyone, how they'll call you. If you give your number, then only someone will call you. If you will not give your number, how someone will call you? Correct? How anyone will come to know this is your number? Okay, you have leave your number, then only someone has called you, or you have asked someone to call me back. Okay, written, right? Come now. Now go to the browser, run this file and check in console. Run this file, click on button. Okay, run this file. No, the button is not there. Just run the file and then after that, go to the right click and inspect element. Okay, I should close this panel. Here is the console. Okay, here is the console. Okay, done. Come next. In this text box, what is the event we have written? Event we have written called on key press. Whenever you press any key under the text box, this function will get called, and this function will carry the value of current text box. You can see here, we have written this dot value, means value of current text box. Value of current text box will go to this function, and from here it will go and capture under the my data, and my data will get printed under the browser. Okay, so see, I will go here and I'll press 1. You see in the right hand side, what is printing? Apple. Here is Apple 1, here is printing only Apple. Next again I'll press call 2. Then it will display Apple 1. Again I'll press 3. Then it will display Apple 2. I'll press call 4. It will display Apple 3. So what is happening? Event is getting fired. Event is calling. It is processing the value of text box, but it is processing only old value. It is not processing the current value. So what is the current value? I suppose press as a 5. It should be Apple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? You can see what is the output. Apple 1, 2, 3, 4. When you press the key, at the time of key press, when the key was going down, at that time, under the text box, whichever the value was present, that value will go to the function 1, and function 1 will receive in data variable, and from data variable it will get printed in the browser. Okay, so on key press event will not take the current value, it will take only the old. You can also check now. Go to the text box, type anything, and see. Working? Come next, the browser again. Or write here another event. On key down. On key down. Right here. On key down. All the same function. Just change the event. Apple, let it be Apple itself. Okay. Come next to the browser again. On key down. How it work? First, go to the on key press and press any character. Suppose 1 I press. It's a printing Apple. Go to the second one. Here also you press 1 only. It is also printing Apple. Apple. In the first one, press call Apple 3. It's printing Apple 1, old value. Here also you print call Apple 6. It will print Apple 1. Right? So what is happening? On key press and on key down. On key press, on key down. Both are similar. From the keyboard, few key will not work for the on key down and few key will not work for the on key up, on key press. Okay. Remaining common functionality is same. When you press any value, your value will get the key will get pressed down. When the key will start going down, in between itself event will get fire and you will not be able to capture the last value or maybe current value. Current value you cannot capture. It will give you always last value. So for that, what we have to do now? We have to use another event that should give us the old value as well as current value. That is called on key up. On key up. Okay, rotate on key up. Come down right here on key up. On key up. Let's check now. Whichever the value you press, it will give you the old value as well as current. Both the value will get printed in the console. Happening, giving old value, current value, both are only one. On key up will give you both the value, old value as well as new value. How it comes, let me tell you. Then we go here, on key up, I press A, 1, I press 1. You can see Apple 1 appear, press 2, Apple 2 will appear, 3, Apple 3 will appear, Apple 99, Apple 99 will appear. But when I press any character, suppose I press M and I hold it. Okay, I press the M, I hold it. It will not print the value of M till I will not release the key. You can see once I release the key, it comes on key up. So when the key was pressed, that time event will not happen. When it will happen? Once you leave the key. Once your key will start coming up, then event. So it's like this. I will press again and show you. I am holding the 8. It's not printing anywhere. Once I leave all the 8. I'll print all 4. Okay? All 4 are getting printed. So on key up is nothing but it will give you the real time data on key up. What is the use that you cannot say? What is the use? Okay, requirement can be anything. So those are the features you need to remember. When the any requirement will come, you will implement it. Okay, now use is not looking, but there can be some condition where use will come. If use is there, then only people has made it. Without use, why people will use it? Okay, come next. Next event will write call. Next event will write call on key up, key press, key up, on key up. Next is called on focus. On focus. On focus. Banana, let it be change the event here. On focus. On focus. As soon as your cursor will go, message will print. Okay, done. Now let me show you on focus what it say. On focus is nothing but as the cursor will go, alert will. Again cursor will go, it will happen. Again cursor will go, it will happen. Okay, if you press the tab also, anyhow the tab should reach to the text box, right? Alert will. That is called on focus. Then the cursor will come under the text box. Next one we have called on blur. On blur. On blur. On blur is nothing but On blur is nothing but on blur. When the cursor will go out, when cursor will come in, on focus will happen. When cursor will move out, then on blur will happen. Okay. Cursor will come under the text box, on focus. Cursor will go out of the text box, then on blur. Come next. Now, see. In the first text box, when we went, as soon as we click, alert happened, right? Alert happened. In the second box, once you go, no problem. But once you go inside, type also, 𝕊𝖃 is best for health, right? We wrote something. When we click outside, then that is called on blur. When the cursor will move away, when the cursor will come in, no problem. Okay, when the cursor will move out, then alert. That is called this one. Clear? Now come next. Next event we have called onload. In the same file, you have a body tag. For body tag, you write called onload. When the page will refresh, onload equal to call the function 1, call the function 1 and write inside in single quote I JS welcome here. Welcome here. I JS welcome here. Refresh the page, look into console. Okay, onload, reject, look at the console. Refresh the page. Hi, yes, welcome here. Again, refresh the page. Hi, yes, welcome. Every time, onload this message. Onload, body will get call. Body will have an event called onload. Event will fire. This function will call. And this function parameter will pass the hi, yes, welcome you. Now it will go to the my data. From my data, it will get printed into the You go to my data, it will come to the console dialog. Window is open or closed. Okay, we'll go for next one now. We have another one that is called this one on submit, that we will see once we come into the form validation. This is the challenging part. Inner HTML, inner text, and dot file. Okay. So come next file you create. Give the file name, data binding, one.html. Data binding one.html. Script, head I follow twice. Okay. One. JavaScript, inner text, and inner HTML. Okay, ready? Come down. Right below a button. Inner text. More button. Inner text, inner HTML. Right down below. Write a division tag. ID equal to container. Yeah. On first button click, it's called one function. Function one. Okay. Write a function on the top. Let one equal to okay. Now write a variable here. Let data equal to h1. Data equal to h1. Welcome to h1. We should close here. Open a p tab. Hello p tab. Try this time. Then below you write in function one document dot write. Document dot write data. It will give you very different experience. Everyone. Okay, we'll wait here to 3 minutes. If you want to go for a break, go and come back. I need 5-minute break somewhere. Mommy, I'm sitting for one straight.
We want to
Okay, next, what we wrote. So in this file, what was happening when you run it? Button dot click, first button. See, everything got changed. Document dot write. When we click on first button, it's calling a. When we click on first button, it is calling a function there is a written called inner text. Inner text is the button, but we have tried once in 𝕷𝖊𝖆𝖵. What is the meaning of document? Document, what it represents? You can see function one wrote called document dot write. Okay, document dot write this data variable. So what data variable hold? Data variable hold h1 and data variable hold a paragraph. H1 and paragraph. Now when we are clicking on first button is calling the first function, and first function is replacing everything of the current page. First function is replacing everything of the current page by h1 and paragraph. Okay, by h1 and paragraph. You see here. When you click, everything got replaced using h1 and paragraph. Okay. So what we are thinking in this file, we are thinking like when we click on button, we will not replace all the content of current document. We will replace only the content of particular division. Instead of replacing the content of current page itself, we will replace the content of which one? Particular division. So now come to the code. And remove document.write. That will not help you out for any kind of solution. You have to write document.getElement. Document.getElement by ID. So getElement by ID is a function. GetElement by ID is the function. So it is going to apply in current document. Current document is nothing but where HTML start and where HTML end. This becomes a current document. In current document, it is going to apply a function called getElement by ID. The getElement by ID function will help you to search one particular tag using ID. GetElement by ID function will help you to search a particular tag using ID. Now see, I will give ID call as this one, container. So getElement by ID function will check in current document any tag is there, that ID is called container. If that tag is exist, if that ID is exist, then getElement by in current document, in current page, document.getElement by ID. Documents which one? Current document, right? GetElement by ID in current document, find out a ID, find out a element whose ID is container. If found, then using inner text. If found, then using inner text, assign that data variable. Assign that data variable. Document.getElement by ID, container.inner text equal to data. Okay. Document.getElement by ID, which ID? Container.inner text equal to which one? Data. Using inner text property, it is sending some data to that container. Function 1. Copy the function 1, paste again, change to function 2, and write again document.getElement by ID, container.inner HTML. HTML will be capital equal to same data variable. Inner HTML equal to same data variable. Inner text equal to same data variable. Okay. Now once we run, we will understand the value of inner text and we'll get idea of inner HTML. Happening anything? Inner text. See this file, run it, inner text. Is showing the H1 directly, showing the H1 paragraph directly. Inner HTML will show the inner text will display the tag in the browser. Inner HTML will display the output of the tag in the browser. Okay, one place inner HTML, another place inner text. HTML will be. Okay, so when will you use the inner text? From JavaScript, when you want to send only text data in the browser. From JavaScript, when you want to send only text data in the browser, you will use the inner text. From JavaScript, if you want to send text with the HTML tag, so you can see these variables. There is a text along with HTML tags. If you have content with HTML tag, then you will follow the property called inner HTML. If you have only text, then you will use inner text. Okay. For tag, if you are using inner text, then output will look like this. Output will look like this. Directly code will display in the browser. Okay. Okay. We have to remember that. Inner text to display text data, inner HTML to display the HTML content. To find the HTML in the browser. No. Nothing. Element by ID. Check this one. Inner text T will be capital. Inner HTML will be capital. Okay, calm down. What is wrong? Not coming. If the spelling of this inner get element by ID, it is like capital small, capital small. If correct, then it will work. Something is wrong. Button click what you are calling. Function symbol is there or not? Button click, we call the function symbol is there. Document dot get divided container dot inner text T in capital. Inner text T in capital. Take now. Place. Go for next one. Next file. So work for everyone. Yes, no, only one person is active today. Remaining all are look like not doing anything. Inner text when will you use? When we want to send the text data to the browser. Inner HTML when we use, when we have HTML code with the text. HTML code with the text, then inner HTML. Only text, then inner text. Okay, no even error, no even okay. Create next file, data binding 2.html. Data binding 2.html. In data binding 2.html, you will remove this function from the script, inner text and dot value. Inner text and dot value example. Okay. Right here, a text box. Enter your name. Input type equal to text. Input type equal to text. ID equal to we can write for here call input type equal to text, ID equal to something. Which one? Fname. Next, after that, write a button call save. On click. Call a function call save. Save. Why save? Call the function 1, 2, 3 like that. Right here call print my name. Print my name. Okay, return. Come next. To the function, write a function let one equal to Okay. Go inside that one. Take the value from text box. Let full name equal to document current page dot get element by id. In current page, find out element with id called fname. And if found, then take their value. fname dot value. Document dot get element by id. fname dot value. If you found the fname, take their value. Okay. And after taking the value, what to do? First, you alert it as a full name. You will run the page, and after that, that is coming. Whichever the value enter under the text box and click on button, it should display your name. It should display that particular value. So it says like in current page there should be an ID called fname. Now fname should point to an input field. Then only you can take their value. Fname should point to an input field. Then only you can take their value. Okay, fname dot value. Let me run this file. You can go here, enter call 111 language printing. Whichever you enter inside, click on pick my name. It is printing your name. Go inside. Now write another line. Value came from the text box. Now that value we have to send to the again container here. You taken from the text box, and then that value should go to this division. You will write next line document dot get element by id. Which id? That is called container inner dot inner text equal to your full name. Your full name. Inner text equal to your full name. Printed. Check here. Enter the value. Printing anything. Whichever you print, it comes inside the. Check. In 1 minute, how can you say not? Division convert into H1. People will struggle full day in office for one dot purpose. Dot was the problem, and one person struggled for the 10 days. Correct. And see, you are saying within a minute, not working. Compare. Read. H1. This container we are written no H1. It was division, change to H1. It will print big font size. Then happening. Whichever the value we enter under the text box, that value should print under the ABC enter. Happening. Then is happening, right? So this you should not feel very difficult. Which one? Inner text and inner HTML. We will create so many examples based on this. Okay, you will remember it. Inner HTML and inner text, and that is a very important part of JavaScript. Mostly this one, second one, for inner HTML, because data will come from the backend in the form of JSON. Okay, data will go to JavaScript. JavaScript will run the for loop. JavaScript will convert JSON to array. Then in JavaScript, you have to generate entire output. Like suppose in page you are displaying the list of product. Okay, add to cart, like, dislike, here, there, all functionality. All entire code will get generated by JavaScript. Correct? So when you are generating the code through JavaScript, data will come from the backend, only data. You have to take the data. You need to mix with the HTML. You need to apply the CSS. You need to apply Bootstrap. You need to apply, you can say JavaScript functionality. You need to apply backend functionality. All you need to apply in the JavaScript. So there you can say the DHTML, dynamic HTML. Okay, you will write the for loop, do while loop, map, or the other function. Using that, you will generate the dynamic content and display under the browser. There, this will play the important role. Inner HTML. Okay, inner HTML. So multiple scenario we have, we will write it. So 3 line only, but in that we will be spending on an average this complete week, not this week even, some more days. Okay. Under that part, then it will be clear. Okay. Right. Next, after that, we will leave here. We'll see you tomorrow again. Or something next. Yesterday video I have not uploaded. There was some error. I will upload today.